But like I said, what we talking before is nutrition. They said like nutrition 75%, workout 50%, whatever. I always say like everything should be all way, like all the way in.
Everything's important. There's no doubt about
exactly.
that. I mean, the only reason I stress nutrition being more important on some aspects is just because you eat more times a day than you work out. That's the only reason.
Right.
So if someone thinks like, oh, it's not going to hurt if I eat this one bad meal because I'm going to train today, you can eat 1,000 calories, and then if you only train in a 30, 45-minute session, they may not burn 1,000.
Exactly.
Right. Yes.
From that standpoint, diet is more important because even if you have to miss a workout, at least if you don't fall off the wagon, you don't have to make up for all these extra calories. But recompositioning and building new muscle, absolutely. If you don't have someone incorporating resistance training, you're going to be skinny fat. You can lose weight, but your body you'll have the same problem areas. And that's what happens when people focus on, I don't need to do weights and I just want to do cardio. You know, they're both important. If you're trying to recomposition and you want to turn fat into muscle, then resistance training is a huge factor in that. You know, if you're just not going to look different, you're just going to look smaller. And now recompositioning, you actually look different. Like wow, gained muscle and burned fat, which is exactly what we want to do. You know, so it definitely that part is extremely important.
And there's any kind of protein, like a specific protein that you can recommend, depending what you're doing, what type of workout you're doing. If you're lifting weight, I need this kind of protein. If I'm running, I need this kind of protein. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the biggest thing goes back to that timing. So protein is protein, with the exception of how fast it absorbs. So we have some that are time released that you use in the evening. If you're not going to eat while you sleep, they're absorbed for 8 hours. So if you're sleeping for 8 hours, you're never in a catabolic state as long as your body is feeding off of this slow-acting casein protein. So that's ideal as your last meal in the evening. You wake up, you feel extremely recovered because your body hasn't ever gone into a starvation mode. You know, during the day we are eating about every 3 or 4 hours. So if you're doing that, your body's never really starving itself. So it's not as important. So that nighttime shake can be really important. If you're using it as a meal, we have specific proteins designed to give you a little bit of carbs, a little bit of fats, a little bit of protein to give you that perfect ratio of what a perfect meal would be. Then we have, of course, whey, but then the question is, well, you know, most whey is derived from cheese. Are you lactose intolerant? So that's my first question, because that's going to determine which protein I pick out for an individual who may be lactose intolerant.
I remember you called specifically for me when I came in to look for one. Because I was so much on the fence, and I don't like the fake sugar or anything like that.
That's right,
And that Now brand was awesome.
And now we carry that in a bigger size, too.
It's perfect.
No, that's actually quickly become, more people are paying attention to artificial sweeteners, and more people are requesting that they don't have that, and more people are juicing, and they don't really want a flavor. They just want to be able to throw whatever they want to juice into their protein. So we do have proteins that are just protein with no taste, no sweeteners.
And it's perfect.
There's just such a variety. We have grass-fed whey proteins in here for people who are really saying, hey, I'm 100% organic.
Can you show like
if you're buying your meats organic, and then you want to buy your protein organic. So and that's where the Native Pro. This is pretty much one of the only ones in the industry that has, we have several options that are grass-fed. We have 2 options in the store. The unique thing about this one is not only is it grass-fed, but native means whey protein typically is made into cheese, and then when they make cheese, they skim whey off the top, and then it's made into whey protein. This one is actually made from milk directly into the protein. So what that means is you skip this pasteurization and heat process. Heat denatures protein. It can break protein down and destroy the molecule. So by bypassing that step, you don't have to worry about that at all. They're the only ones that I'm aware of have that technology, and that is the rivalous native whey. Again, it also uses stevia as the sweetener. So most people who are 100% organic, they at least don't want artificial sweetener, so they do use stevia.
Instead of.
So that's really cool. And then we have another one called Formula 7, which is also the same scenario. It's sweetened with stevia, it's grass-fed, it's just not native. So again, each one of these steps you pay a little more for, but you get, you know,
at the end of the day, I mean, you know.
If that's important to you. If you're buying, like I said, your meat's organic, then it defeats the purpose if you're not buying your protein organic. You know, you want to stick to that across the board. But I also say the opposite. If you're not buying organic meat, why buy organic protein? Because you're not really getting all organic. You know, don't pay for something you don't need. So different people have different things that are important to them. So
I see a little something different right here. It's a 35 grams of protein per serving.
Yeah, anytime you see that, obviously it probably has a little larger scoop in there.
Oh, okay.
You know, so that there's the most you can physically get. I think the highest in the market is maybe a 29 or 30 gram scooper with 27 grams of protein, and the other obviously 3 grams there or sweetener and flavorings. So there has to be, and then typically if you're seeing more than that, it's because they're using a larger scoop, or a serving maybe is telling you to use 2 scoops.
Oh, okay. So that's a little trick then.
Yeah, we have one on the other side that's. Another company started this, but it says 50 grams of protein per serving, but a serving is 2 scoops.
Okay.
So you want to know that. But yeah, it's definitely for guys that are coming in looking for the highest protein if they don't catch that. But we usually point that out anyway. We want you to know exactly why you're getting 50. Make sure you know you have to use 2 scoops, or else they're going to use 1 scoop and only get 25.
Right. You see, Riley, that's why we had to talk, with the expert. Every day you can learn a little bit more. If you learn, it's better for yourself. If you have gonna put some money in your body, it's the best thing that you can do is to come here and get your product from the expert, Patrick. Patrick, any recommendation for people out there watching us?
Well, I mean, first thing, I guess the biggest recommendation I have on a day-to-day basis is if this is something you're looking to do, whether it be more healthy, or just lose weight, or add lean muscle, make it a lifestyle. Look at it like a lifestyle, not like a 12-week diet. If you just think it's 12 weeks and you go back to your old habits, you're going to go right back to what you used to look like.
Lose your money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And same thing with training. If you want to continue to look like what you look like when you're happy at the end of that 12 weeks, you probably need to continue to do the same thing you were doing. So remember that. This man takes you, if he took you there, he can keep you there.
But remember, you need to follow your nutrition plan right here at Patrick's, okay?
And we can save you some money at wholesale prices as well. So you're going to get twice the product here than you would at a GNC or a Vitamin Shop. I hate to throw their names out there, but it's just a fact.
And he also knows what he's talking about too, which is awesome. I mean, you can explain the science behind it and make people feel more comfortable with what they're putting in their
live
bodies.
it and we do it. That's the difference.
That's
the
greatest thing.
Yeah. Honestly, this is the most important thing. I always tell the truth to my clients.
That's right.
Like it or not, that's what's gonna happen, because at the end of the day, if they don't change their body,
that's right,
they're gonna blame me.
That's right.
Oh, you told me this, you told me that. No, I tell you the thing 1, 2, 3. This is what it is. This is the way we need to do it.
Yeah, there's no shortcuts.
There's no shortcut.
I don't have a magic pill. I always tell people that. I have tools.
I wish I can have it.
Yeah, me too. I'd be retired. Tools. Well, these are tools, and if you take the tools and you apply it with the training, they're going to work together. But they have to work together, and you got to know how to put them together, and that's what we help you do. So
yeah. Now we're gonna show you the trophy that Patrick, helped us to win, and then you got the trophy.
Yeah, I put him over.
Oh my God! Let's check it out. Let's check it out. The trophy. Oh, why not? We won, so
whoa!
Oh yeah, see?
Check it out.
Huh? I check this out, Patrick.
Which is very children can't touch
awesome.
that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was fun. Yeah, I think that's when my son got on board with it, when I came back with an X.
Oh, I bet. Mom, this is really cool.
Yes, they didn't understand anything, but they understand this is a cool
that's awesome.
weapon.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You see what happened?
I know.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun, and I think the help, you gave me a lot of help and explain behind, that made me feel very comfortable.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, that's just it. We want you to know. I mean, because there's a lot to know out there. If you start reading online, you don't know.
You don't, and I feel like you explained the science behind it, which is awesome. I should pay better attention to science.
No, that's good. Look, hey, this is awesome.
It was a lot of fun.
You make quite a transformation, so that's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you for your dog.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Keep getting better at it.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens. Now it's like, first it's like, I think I'll check it off my list. And I always tell people, you're going to love it, or you're going to say, it's not for me, I'll just train.
Yeah.
But most people, especially when they do good, they get like, now I want to train even more.
Yeah.
And now it makes me want to not miss a training session at all.
Super fun.
Yeah, just really, you want to take it.
Yeah, good advice about getting on stage too, because I was so nervous
just kind of focus.
Just look, yeah, like you can't see anything.
That's
anyway.
right. You can't.
Heard things. I said, okay, I got it.
Yeah, you just look over
It's a
their
lot of
heads,
fun.
focus on the back of the stage. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Because once you lock in on something,
Yeah.
nerves. Because I'm the same way.
Yeah.
But also, you were there to do. They were there to see what you did. You
Yes.
know, and I think that's how I was. I'm like, man, you know, stage in this little thing.
Yes.
But everybody was there to see.
Yeah,
You know, and I'm not the only one.
Exactly.
You know, if I was the only oddball walking out there, I would have felt that way. But everybody was there, and I was very confident in what I was doing. You know, you've worked really hard, and you want to display it. So you know, it's really it's different. It flies by, but that time on there makes it all worthwhile.
Right, it does. Yeah. I met a lot of really friendly people.
That's
Very-
cool. That's
very,
cool.
very cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm gonna look into
Well, I'm
that.
happy for you guys.
Yeah.
You did an awesome job. You did an awesome job.
For your help, man.
Congratulations.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. I really appreciate
Anytime.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I was so stoked when he texted me because in my mind there were so many people coming in and out of here that were doing that show.
Yeah.
And so I kind of lost track of how many people and who. And then when he told me, I'm like, oh my God, that's right. How did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's good.
Great.
It was awesome.
Yeah. Thank you and thank you. That's
Oh,
the
yeah,
best
it was
trainer.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna keep going. So, Riley, if you have any question, please don't hesitate. Call Patrick or Pro Nutrition phone number.
919-781-1636.
Yep.
Or hit us up at allpronutrition@gmail.com.
Yep. If you wanna train and get in shape, come with LG Fitness. 919-633-7484, and you can be a champion
Okay.
like Soto. Come on, friends.
Just learn to.
That's right.
Okay,
Just learn
thank
and
you, Riley.
enjoy. Enjoy fitness. Just enjoy it.
Until next time.
Yes.
See you.
Thank you.